Welcome to EmpowerU. Thanks for tuning in with the esthetician Leilani Plummer. We're excited to hear from her. If you enjoy this interview, please like it, share it with those that you think may also enjoy this type of interview format. Without further ado, let's get to it. Leilani, thanks for coming on the show today. This is my beautiful wife joining us today. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm with my two little ones most of the day. We've got two little boys, but I also run my own beauty business. I started out as a spray tan artist and have grown, went back to school to become an esthetician, and now I have an in-home studio that I run and work pretty part-time hours so that I can do both momming and working.
Absolutely. Amazing woman. Amazing woman, how you fit all that in at the same time. I just got a couple questions for you to run through today. I want to know what your journey has been like to get to where you are today. Focusing on your business, you're here talking about your business, your salon, Leilani Studio. What has your journey been like?
Well, it was never ever the plan, honestly. I knew growing up that I wanted to be a mom, but I really struggled before having kids with the idea of giving up giving up dreams that maybe I had, or feeling like I was stuck in motherhood. And I had gone to school and got my bachelor's degree in exercise science. I was planning to go to PA school and was in the application process when we got married. And then I had the opportunity. Somebody was looking for a an assistant spray tanner. She was going to train, and I thought that would just be something good to start doing as a little bit of extra income. Started doing that, and we actually found out that we were pregnant with our first Jude about, like, really a couple weeks after I started doing that. And the business did started doing really well, and so we decided, well, I decided that I was going to give up, or just stop doing the medical field side of things, because that was not going to be flexible, and grow my business. It was something that I was way more passionate about, anyways. It was something that I found that I finally loved doing, and I was going to be able to be with my kids.
Hmm. Sounds like you have had quite the journey. Now, you said that you are more passionate about this business that you're in now. Do you feel like you regret leaving some of the other things that you have in the past, or are you grateful for what you've left so that you can have what you have today, which is your salon, your business?
I'm very grateful that I went to college and got the degree that I have. It's been extremely useful in my life and in where I am now. I felt like I found myself a little bit more
Hmm.
through the exercise science portion. People who know me know that that is a big part of me. I love working out and nutrition, and that helped build my confidence, that I think made it possible for me to actually then have the confidence to build a business.
Hmm.
Plus, I think it's knowledge that is great in our family and raising kids. And I had a lot of good experiences at school and meeting a lot of people that I don't regret at all.
Hmm. Yeah, great networking. That's great. So diving deeper in that, I want to know exactly what sacrifices did you have to make along the way? You mentioned a couple already, but were there other sacrifices other than changing your occupational view from potential healthcare side of things to beauty salon? What other sacrifices did you have to make besides that one?
I think that's been the main sacrifice. It's funny because I almost have seen this business as way more of an opportunity than a sacrifice. So I
Hmm.
don't. I know that some people do sacrifice a lot, but for me, it has opened way more doors and been something that has allowed me to do more. So I haven't really seen a lot of sacrifices. I do have to work a lot of, odd hours. That's maybe a little bit of a sacrifice, but
Hmm,
something I would still way rather do than have a 9 to 5 where I'm never with my kids and
sure.
someone's telling me what to do all day.
Hmm. Well, it pays to be optimistic. That's a great mindset. Now, what you've about your journey, your sacrifices. What has been your motivation to continue to work on your business, and why have you continued to dedicate more and more time to it to allow it to grow? What's motivated you?
I think when I started building relationships with my clients,
Hmm.
that was the motivation to continue. My motivation started as the idea that I could be a mom and run a business. And that is definitely still my main why, I guess, my main reason why I run my own business. But as I've gotten to know my clients and started making a difference in their lives and building confidence in other women, as well as making new friends that I've been able to have. That continues to be why I grow it. I feel like
Hmm.
I can reach girls and women this way, like that I couldn't before.
What would you say that's your main why for what you do then? Is the is how you make the women feel after they visit you?
Yes, I would say that now my main why is the empowerment, is being able to
Hmm.
empower and bring confidence into other women.
Hmm. That's fantastic. Well, we try to do the same thing here at EmpowerU, so that's a great segue into promoting ourselves. Go empower yourselves, empower others, just like she has. If you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. Smash that like button if you'd like to help us more. Subscribe so you can see more interviews like this one. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this interview, what kind of style it was, anything that you think that we could incorporate into the next couple interviews that we do. Let me know. Now, Leilani, you've talked about some of the sacrifices you've made, some of the hard things you've had to overcome. What piece of advice could you give on how to get through those hard times?
The biggest piece of advice to somebody starting is to really just not give up. I think when I first started, I thought that, especially in this industry, I thought that women would flock to me, that I'd be able to say, oh, yeah, I do spray tans, and people would just knock on my door for a spray tan. Um, it definitely has not been like that. And sometimes I feel like, maybe I should give up. There are so many other people who have businesses like this. And what makes me different than them, but that's something that I've been able to push through and
Hmm.
just keep going. Some days I take a break and that's okay, but the next day I have a new idea and I try to keep going with that idea.
Hmm. Don't give up. Love it. Now, if you were to pick one phrase that changed your life or that made you think differently or anything that's affected you positively, what would it be?
Recently, my theme or my quote that I feel like has been something good for me, as well as something I want to promote, is that you are a priority.
Hmm.
Specifically, that phrase, that you are a priority, with my goal being to empower women, especially other moms or girls who maybe don't have a lot of confidence. You definitely are a priority and have every right to take care of yourself just as much as you should take care of your kids or your spouse.
No, that's very powerful. I love talking about self-esteem. I've focused on that a lot on our page at Empower You. How do you feel like that line you are a priority can change the way you think or feel about yourself?
Most women, I think, don't. They give and they give and give and give,
Hmm.
especially when you once you have kids. And so you really do forget that. You don't every day you're waking up and you're thinking, what do I need to do for the house? Where do the kids need to be?
Hmm.
And as soon as you can take a step back and remind yourself that you are also a priority, it almost gives you an excuse, I guess, which we shouldn't need an excuse, but it gives you one to be able to make an appointment for yourself, go on a walk by yourself,
Hmm.
um, take the break that you also deserve to have, and then you can show up better for the people in your lives.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely believe that as we put ourselves first, if we're in the right mindset, we can help others around us get in the right mindset. I do find that a lot of times when we forget to give ourselves time, we often push that stress or anger or those bad emotions on those around us.
Yeah,
So, great advice.
I think burnout happens. People talk about burnout in business, but there's definitely a burnout in life too if you're not taking a step back and giving yourself a break.
Hmm, absolutely. Now, you've already mentioned a little bit about this. Maybe I'll dig in deeper about what value you bring to those you work with. You've talked a little bit about kind of the why you do it, how you want them to feel after you come, and obviously you can't see in everybody's life, but I assume you've had a lot of positive feedback from those that have come and visited you. What value do you think has been added to your clients as they come and visit you?
I I feel like I try to enhance natural beauty in women. So
Hmm.
when someone comes in and maybe we'll say that their eyebrows are something that they're really really self-conscious of, and I'm able to say, no, like you have great eyebrows, I can just help you get them trimmed up the right way, we can shape them up. Your eyebrows are obviously a big detail on your face, and so we just do a little bit of trimming even, and then they're able to see that shape come out in their face and walk around with a ton more confidence,
Hmm.
something that they never knew. And that really is a small thing that I can provide for people.
Hmm. That's powerful. Yeah, the confidence of your own body a lot of times reflects, like we've already mentioned, on those around you, and having that confidence builds your self-esteem, and it just becomes a stumbling block at that point. So great, it's wonderful. Now, this is more of just a question that I've asked a couple people, including myself. What do you believe is success? And everybody thinks it's differently, but I just would like to get your opinion. What do you believe is success?
I think that success is when you are positively affecting other people. I think that my business
Hmm.
positively affects, first off, my family. I'm able to help provide for my family and still be an extremely present mom. That is success for me, being with my kids still almost 24/7 while also being able to help pay for a home and groceries, and the success of helping other women by bringing them more confidence, allowing them to now go out in the world and do more, meet their own goals.
Huh. Now, to that definition, do you think that you yourself are successful?
Yes, I do.
Hmm. That's great, and that goes back to the confidence aspect, right? You have to believe that what you are doing is successful and actually helping the people that you're talking to. So wonderful. Going to kind of a habit topic, what is something you do every day that keeps you going, or something that you do every day that allows you to keep moving, or just something in that aspect?
For me, it is getting a workout in
Huh.
every single day.
Why is
Whether
that so
that's
beneficial for you?
I don't I honestly don't know if it's more of the mental aspect or the physical aspect, but
Hmm.
I think it I usually like to work out in the morning if possible. I do it with my kids sometimes. Sometimes I'm able to go to the gym, but when I get a workout in, I get my body moving, which means that my endorphins are spiked and I'm waking up all the systems in my body, and then it just leads to a lot more motivation to get other things done in the day.
Hmm. I'm the same way. I think when I work out in the morning, it just changes my being. I'm a
Hmm.
different person that day. I'm very productive in the morning. Once I get to work, I'm already going. It's go, go, go because I've already passed the
Right.
slump of waking up. I've already worked out. Like you're saying, the endorphins are up, and yeah, you just go. I mean, it's just a completely different mindset. So that's a
Yeah.
great piece of advice. Now, I've got a final question for you, and I'd like you to be as sincere as you possibly can without divulging any, you know, deep secrets of yours. What makes you the happiest? And not to make this seem like the same question as why do you do it, but just in the whole aspect of your life, what makes you the happiest?
My family.
Hmm.
That's like truly my family makes me the happiest. And so even with building a business and all of these other things, um, the moments that I get to spend with my kids every day and with my husband later with you, that that's the biggest thing for me.
Huh. So with everything else you've got going on, you've got a wonderful, successful business that you've been growing for 3 years now. You would say that your family makes you the happiest. I think that's a very important message for those that feel like, especially mothers who feel like their occupation of motherhood is not appreciated. I think it's important to know that even those that, like Leilani, that run a business, the family is still the most important thing to you
Mhm.
that makes you the happiest. Now, just dig in a little deeper. Why is family more important than everything else?
Well, my family is basically my life. And, at the end of the day, when we're laying in bed, even if our kids have been terrors, we lay there and we talk about our kids and funny things
True.
that they've done, something new that Jude learned. And yes, we do talk about our successes in our business, obviously, because that's a big part of us. But I think every single time we will come back to our kids and our relationship,
Hmm.
and we always end up, the happiest on that topic.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's amazing how much you end up talking about your family. In fact, I can't even work without thinking about my family. I feel like I have to actually wrap my family up into my work because that's what I love. When I try to do what I love for work, I end up working with my family because it is what I love. So
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Well, I appreciate your time. It was fun to chat with you a little bit. Fun to have this one-on-one conversation. I know you're my wife, but it's fun to have a little interview. I feel like I got to know you a little bit more, and I appreciate you and the business you run. And I do think that you make a great lasting impact on a lot of people. So thanks again for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.